Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, you know who it is. It's the W Earl. Today is Thursday, December 12th, 2024. It's W Earl's Native Historic Adventures and W Earl's cruise and vacation picks for December 2024 continued again today. How's everybody doing? I'm glad to be back with you and spend a few more minutes with you, not only enlightening you about some American history, but sharing with you an awesome pick that I have for you for a vacation, a possible vacation for you, and I know that I would pick it because today we're choosing an American cruise line, American Revolution Cruise. Obviously, that's why I picked it, right? Yes, obviously. It's an 11-day, 10-night Washington, D.C. to a Washington, D.C. return. You can choose from 7 ships: the American Ranger, Pioneer, Patriot, Legend, Liberty, Glory, and last but not least, the American Eagle for this vacation and cruise. Arriving in DC, I would recommend the day before, and you can choose a pre-cruise hotel stay package. Um, the package can consist of different tours, different things you may do within Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is a short distance away. Our nation's most reviewed institutions and monuments are clear to see. After a full breakfast, let an assistant take your luggage directly to your cruise stateroom. Next up, an exclusive visit to the Smithsonian National Museum of American History's many exhibits. This is just the beginning. After your journey through the cinema's renowned past, you'll be escorted to your cruise, where you will spend the rest of the day making yourself at home. Still in DC, day one, the official day one, start of your vacation. Our ships are perfectly sized. The ships for American Cruise Lines are perfectly sized to go where most ships can't. The capital city is one of monumental significance, where the grandeur of history and it's evident in the streets and buildings that surround it. The National Mall stands as the heart of the city, a sprawling green expanse bordered by profound Lincoln Memorial at one end and the iconic towering obelisk of the Washington Monument at the other. Also in the area is the Capitol Hill, with the imposing U.S. Capitol building, which serves as not only a representation of our nation's self-governing beliefs and the hub of our symbolic American ways and democratic ideals. Its dome glimmering against the skyline of the Washington, D.C. area. Day 2, you're going to take a little sailing to Annapolis, Maryland, the domestic heart of the state's capital, founded in 1649. It claimed its moment in the nation's heart of our nation's revolution in 1783. It proudly showcases an unmatched collection of 18th century brick marbles, more than any other city in the nation. Let your guide lead you throughout the vivid narrative spanning 350 exhilarating years, revealing Annapolis' story, architecture, and captivating tales and historic stories. On this journey, you'll also step inside 3 historic residences once owned by the bold signers of the Declaration of Independence. Day 3, we're going to journey to St. Michael's, Maryland. This quaint little town on Chesapeake Bay offers peaceful retreat from the fast-paced modern life and city. Walk through its historic streets, where each corner reveals a story of the past. Explore unique boutiques and galleries while you're there. Indulge in the local cuisine, fresh meat, local source seafood, and the culture that is everywhere to be seen. The port is a perfect place to learn. This port is a perfect place to learn at your own pace as you explore Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum, which will be my first stop other than the Capitol buildings, my second stop or for personal pick because of its history, obviously. Day 4, remain at St. Michael's, where you can explore more of its rich history, waterfront, quaint streets, 18th century architecture. Enjoy a lunch on the waterfront with one of its waterfront restaurants, eatings, and tastings. And also enjoy a stunning view of the bay as well there. Lost my place, excuse me. Day 5, you're going to be cruising. And basically cruising from St. Michael's to your 6-day stop at Norfolk, Virginia. When you're cruising, you take in some sun, view the river as we voyage up the river, and enrich yourself in local culture and history. Day 6, we're going to arrive in Norfolk, Virginia. The entrance to the Chesapeake Bay. Norfolk's story began in 1607 with arrival of British settlers. Today, the city combines its historical roots with buzz of modern life. The water around Newport are a lively mix of tall schooners, naval power, and many shipmen at work. Delve into the city's past, present by exploring the historic district. Vibrant downtown waterfront and diverse museums, which there are many. On day 7, we're going to remain at Norfolk, where you can, if you've left off at one of the museums or something, I would go back. Once again, the historical value of this trip is second to none. It is definitely top shelf, and the fact that it's a Revolutionary War trip, that's why I would pick it. And immerse myself not only in the history but in the culture as well too. So we're going to remain at Norfolk, where you can see some of its elegant gardens, its residencies, which also offer a glimpse into the past. Venture the urban waterfront, a hub of top-notch shopping, entertainment, and dining options. Day 8, you're going to arrive in Williamsburg and York, Virginia. This historic triangle consists of the 3 towns, each offering unique window into America's past and history. At Yorktown's port, you'll stand in ground where the decisive battle for the American Revolution unfolded, marking the end of British tyranny in America. Journey to Jamestown Settlement, a museum dedicated to 17th century history and a part of the complete narrative of America's first enduring English colony established early in the 1600s. There you can also aboard a horse-drawn trolley, 18th century horse-drawn trolley, and take a horse-drawn trolley through the neighboring area. Day 9 is a Mount Vernon stop in Virginia. Mount Vernon stands as an iconic symbol of American past and history, honoring the legacy of our nation's first president. Originally constructed, missed my spot there. Originally constructed as a modest 1.5-story house by his father in 1735, George Washington acquired Mount Vernon in 1754. Over the course of the next 45 years, he rigorously expanded and transformed the estate into a grand 21-room residence that graces the landscape today. Remarkably, Washington personally oversaw every aspect of Mount Vernon's evolution, from its design and construction to the interior and the landscape, demonstrating his unwavering commitment and even amidst the challenges of the American Revolution that was occurring around him. Day 10, you're going to arrive back at Washington, where you're going to stay for day 10 and 11. You'll have basically 2 more days there, and once again take in Washington's not only culture but history, which you can visit some of the other museums and memorials. the World War II Memorial, the Martin Luther King Memorial. We've already talked about in another episode. So I'm going to kind of skip over that and focus on the World War II Memorial. One of the things that I would definitely go see, because I personally have an uncle that died in in World War II, coming off of the boat at Iwo Jima and in World War II. So that would be the reason why I would want to visit there and spend some time there. Probably spend the whole day there, given it's a World War II memorial there. Just imagine the patriotic feelings you would have by visiting such a memorial dedicated to the men and women that fought probably our greatest war of the 20th century. Once again, on 11, you'll have more time to take in Washington, D.C., and it's several restaurants, it's several scenic routes, it's taken more of the World War II memorial, or even go back and take a look at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial if you have time to do that. And by the end of day 11, this ends the vacation and tour. And some of the highlights of the vacation that I picked out, some of the obvious highlights I would go personally visit, would be the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. Day 2, you're going to have the opportunity to visit the National Mall, Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and see the U.S. Capitol building. That would be my next pick for day 2. Not only because of its history, but also because of its intellectual, social connections. The next highlight that I would pick would be St. Michael's, Maryland, the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum, where you'll learn about not only shipbuilding, but the historic men and women that sailed these wonders of the sea, different time periods, and what they did and how they did it at this museum. Many museum exhibits there, and which you can take in while you're at the museum. I'll probably spend a whole day there, obviously. The next personal favorite of mine would be one of the exhibits is called the dovetail, which would be my personal pick for today. In 1778, Dorchester County Jim Richardson and a team of young workers completed the Maryland Dove, a representation of a vessel that escorted colonists to the Providence in 1634. The dovetail explored how the various interactions of ship have served as important tools connecting Marylanders with the state's early history and with boat building as a living historical tradition in the Chesapeake Bay region. In many ways, the new Maryland Dove, the new ship project at CBMM, and the Richardson's project paid homage to the traditional work of Chesapeake Bay boat builders. The boat was founded through CBMM's Regional Folk Life Center under Maryland's Traditions Program and of the Maryland State Arts Council. And last but not least, actually, 2 more picks of mine would be the Battle of Yorktown. When you're in Yorktown, hopefully they'll give you time to go to the battlefield and witness one of the last battles of the American Revolution and how the Americans really gained their freedom and independence from Britain. And this would be an all-day excursion that you could take, and a lot of information, not only historic information, but just history in general. And then last but not least would be the Jamestown Settlement and Museum. and then Mount Vernon as well too would be some of my personal picks for this trip. Obviously, because it's a Revolutionary War cruise and tour and vacation, this is why I picked it. Once again, thank you for your time and patience. Please subscribe and like my channel, and I look forward to being with you again and bringing some more enlightenment and suggestions on where and uh, what what ships you could possibly take on your next vacation. Feel free to please leave a comment. And once again, thank you, and we'll see you soon. The Earl's Native Historic Adventures.